Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes, on the 11th of January 2011. And I apologise for the slight delay if you're watching live. Obviously, if you're watching after the time, then don't worry. We have the heating full belt on at the moment, which is why I'm a bit overglowing, but don't let that worry you too much. It's wonderful to be here, but I'm not actually technically alone. I do have the lovely Julia with me. I should bring her on any second. Because we're in lockdown and because people have been a bit, moany, groany, you can't have two people in the same household because the laws have changed and blah, 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 and trying to appease everybody and all that kind of monkeying around. The poor lovely Julia is at home. It does save her coming out and coming over to see the old Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi. In order to do this, we've had to fiddle around with leads and poke about somewhat. So we have to talk to each other using headphones, otherwise we get all sorts of weird feedback. So we're going to give that a whirl and then we're going to say hello to everybody and see how things go. So let me put my headphones on. I got to think where the lovely Julia is, and then I'm going to cut over to her. There we are, and there she is. Hello, lovely Julia. Oh, now hang on. Have I faded the wrong one up? I've faded the wrong one up. There we go. It's easily done. Sorry about that. I faded you up now.
I could just let you think that was your fault then, but no, I was muted. Hello, Richard. Lovely Richard. Hello, everybody.
Hello, lovely Julia.
It's us again.
It's us again. We're still here. Hopefully, everybody can hear us and see us. Eastbourne couple say they can't hear you, but wait a minute, they can now. That's marvellous. I'm very pleased to hear that. So, lovely Julia, you also have in front of you the magic screen with all the comments.
Yes, I do indeed.
Can you tell me who's out there in the Vobosphere?
I need to switch it over to live chat.
Ah, yes.
And scrolly upsy.
Scrolly
If
upsy.
I can gain control of my cursor.
Yeah. I know, I'm always having the trouble of the cursor, not the mouse, of course.
Not the mouse, the cursor. We have the lovely Josephine Suter, the lovely Eastbourne couple, the lovely Sean's Garden Diary, the lovely Paul Hodge Watch, hello! The lovely Glyn Horton, Station Master's Choice, the lovely Connor's Dark Corner, the lovely Vincent Quill, the lovely Billabong O'Neill, the lovely Jackie Traynor, scrolly, the lovely Man,
Who's the lovely I don't know anybody called the
who wants to be the lovely
I can be the
We have the lovely Andy Stacey, the lovely Phil Carter, the lovely Judith, TLJ. We have TLJ squared today. We have the lovely Vincent Quill. We have the lovely Laura Riddle, the lovely Ernie Samat, the lovely Andrew Norris, the lovely Elaine Whitelock, the lovely Steve Emond, the lovely Ron Langley, the lovely Mark Burgess, the lovely Michael White, the lovely Rasputin of Artington, the lovely Alan Sandell, the lovely Rick M, the lovely Nuka Seaglass, the lovely Paul Cockerill, the lovely Mark's Beautiful Landscapes. Are you bored yet?
No. I was just doing some fiddling. Connor said that your voice was a bit low. Hopefully your voice is a bit better now. Sorry, I can't speak. There's technical nonsense all around, but we're doing our best.
I can make my voice howlier if you like.
Can you? Can you make it louder?
I can. Ow.
Ow.
Howlier.
Yeah, no.
Ow.
Oh. Yeah, now it's distorting. That's no good. Good. So excellent. Do let us know if there's any technical issues because this is all done on a wing and a prayer. And in tonight's show, we have not only your videos, we are going to try and see if we can take phone calls as well, but we also have art. We have the gallery. We have a lot of interesting people sending in their art. So this is all a little bit mad because normally we've got this under control when the lovely Julia is allowed here, but we have had the dissenting voices from people who are worried that if Julia was to come here the whole world would fall apart. So we've just had to deal with bits and bobs. So there we go. Robert,
it is what it is.
What?
Oh, it is what it is. We'll just do what we can to get through this, won't we?
We'll just do what we can. Evening all. Looking for another evening of the nonsense, says Sensible Paul. Well, with a name like Sensible Paul, we're doing the nonsense whilst you're doing the sensible bit, hopefully. So that's really good. Marvellous stuff. So, Julia, what have you been up to in the last... Because normally we would just have a sort of banter, next to each other. Hang on, which side are you? You are actually the right side for me to look at, actually, even though you're technically not there. So I can look...
So I can look at you there?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can look at me there.
Okay.
And to the lovely audience, they'll think that we're actually in the same room, which would be much easier if you were. So that's all good.
It would. But yeah. Oh, I've been busy doing, what we do when we're stuck at home, trying to keep kids entertained and trying to stop ourselves from going out of our minds.
Oh, gosh, yes, that must be a nightmare with 2 children and a hubby at home as well to feed and heat and, clean and tidy and all those sort of things.
It could be a hell of a lot worse, though. I could have no roof over my head.
That's true.
And all of that jazz.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good. The Eastbourne couple say, Richard, what is the name of the lovely lady who knits your jumpers, please? And does she take orders? She does, actually. I have asked Mary many times to make me a cup of tea, to do my washing, to sort out the state of the front room. But she doesn't take those sort of orders. But she does actually, I think she does take orders to knit the jumper stuff. So I don't know if she's actually watching at the moment. Have we seen Mary and Phil? Sometimes they're watching the show. So, but
I haven't seen them pop up yet.
Yeah.
No.
But obviously, I'm reluctant to hand out her name and details because she'll be so busy making you stuff. And then when I need my next set of my spring collection,
should be too busy.
She'll be far too busy. But yeah, no, I'm sure she will. If you email me, I will put you in touch with Mary and see what we can do. That would be great. Nookie.
Oh dear, be careful.
I know, I struggle with Nikki's Nookie name. Nootka Seaglass says, she's talking to somebody else on Instagram. Okay, that's all good. That's marvellous. Well, I tell you what, shall we play in the first video and see how we get going? We've got 106 people watching. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you like any of this, do give us a thumbs up. We're about 20 something from getting 1,000 subscribers on this channel. It would be lovely to get 1,000 subscribers in January. It's taken a while. We don't advertise this anywhere, so it's this purely word of mouth, really. So that would be marvellous. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Or if you know your neighbour's handle and password, subscribe them for us. I don't think that's legally possible, but anyway, but there we are. What do you think, Julia?
I think you'd have to be a hacker to do that.
Yeah, probably right.
You have to be very clever. Not me.
Okay. So we're going to go into the video box and play one of the videos. We've got videos today from Mike Stevens. We have Bernie has sent in a video. We have Nootka has also sent in a video. We have from Anis McGowan a video that is in the art gallery, which we will come to a little bit later on. And Vince Quill has sent some art in as well, and also another lady who is called Susan. I can't remember off the top of my head her last name, but we'll get to the art section very soon.
Wasn't Susan Luca, was it?
Let me have a look. Let me just double check that. Her name is Susan Munn. No. She's a local artist. Okay. And
fantastic.
Yeah, so that's really nice. She just happened to stumble across the show, I think, which is, it can happen. People can stumble.
It does happen. It does happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, should we dive into the video box then?
Yes, let's do that. Right, okay. I've got to work out how to do that again. So, Julia, I've got to fade you out as well.
Hold your hats, everybody.
Hold your hats. Anything could happen. I'm assuming that worked. Oh, it's just gone back to me for the minute. So sorry about that, Julia. Let's try to work out which fader does what. Okay, so I've faded that out. And in the video box, let's start with Mike Stevens. Oh, I can take that off. God, blimey. I think putting those headphones on makes my face go funny. We can start with Mike Stevens, and he's talking about... I made a video about being bald fairly recently. Well, Mike has come back with a lovely video about hair and transplants. Let's find out what that's all about.
Hello again, this is Mike reporting from Something Hill. again on another one of the walks that Richard did, put it in slow motion. I think this is blackberry here on this hedgerow, and this monoculture all ploughed up, similar to my garden, which you might have seen in the video. And in the distance, I think in the corner there, is some sheep. So it's good to see a little hedgerow here of not blackthorn, blackberry. I think it's blackberries, but I could be wrong on that one. But I've come to you today to talk about hair, because Richard mentioned about hair. I've actually had 2 hair transplants, one across here where they took hair from the back of my head and transplanted it here, which looked the right size. I don't know how to edit videos, so I can't put it in the photo, but it didn't look very pretty at all, but it's grown back and so on. And I had another transplant up here about a year or so later, again taking bits from the back of the head. The back of the head is all healthy now, but and also I've had PRP, which is, I think, plasma replacement therapy, which is where they take a small amount of blood from your arm, mix it in a centrifuge for 20 minutes, and then inject the blood back into your skin, which is what gives you a new lease of life, which is very good. I haven't had that recently. That was a few years ago now. I think the hair transplant was about 3 or 4 years ago, but it did make my hair grow most profusely. It's thinning a bit now, but I'm getting older, so I'm not too worried. It's all vanity, you know, it's all vanity. But it did give me a lot of confidence around people and in myself. So I think it was money well spent, just to have that bit of confidence. So looking at, so perhaps you know someone who's had a hair transplant as well. People say, was it painful? Not really. I was off work for about 2-3 days, I think. That was it. Sheep are still there. So we're coming up to 2.5 minutes now, so Mike signing off from Something Hill. Bye bye.
There we go. That was the lovely Mike there talking about hair transplant. I'd be interested if anyone's ever done any of that or anything like that, or been worried or tempted to do that. And of course, you can get in touch with the show not only on the chat facility, but also by giving us a phone call on 0793 4746 790. Be lovely to take your call. Let's see if the lovely Julia is still out there. Just pressing the right note. That's the wrong button. There we go. She is. Now, the interesting thing is I haven't got an overlay for the phone number, which was a bit remiss of me. 0794, whatever the blah, 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 blah. It's not in front of me. Hang on, lovely Julia. I just need to fade you back in. Which one are you in? There we are. And, of course, I have to put my headphones on to be able to hear you. It's all highly technical, this. So what did you make of that? Did you see, were you able to watch the video?
I was able to watch it. I didn't catch the very end because obviously there's a delay.
There's a delay and all
yeah,
that.
that was very interesting. Very interesting. It was good to see you out and about as well, Mike.
Yeah, nice to see you in a different environment. And I could see he'd combed his hair especially. But
like you did.
there were no cats. Yeah, like I did. Yeah, thanks. No cats in that one, which was, unless of course you were walking the cat by the blackberry bush, which was lovely. But anyway, no, nice to see you out.
His name's Mike, not Julia.
What did I say?
No, that's the sort of thing I'd do, is walk my cat.
Oh yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, walk the cat, because you can get cat leads, can't you?
Yep, and harnesses.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So you can get a harness in which you put a lead onto.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, cool. Okay. What are they saying in the comments, lovely Julia?
They are appreciating the video from Mike.
Excellent. I'm very pleased.
Science fiction stuff, this, Mike, says Birdie. I will do a video of being extremely handsome soon. Watch this space, says Mark's beautiful landscapes.
Now, just bear with me a second because I'm going to try a little thing here where I am just going to try and find the phone number.
Oh, I have it here on my phone, right here.
Yes, I
The
know
phone
that.
number is
No, yeah, go on.
079 07934 746 790. That's 07934 746 790.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to see if I can just paste in. There we go. I pasted it in so it's on the screen so that people can see it. I just had to do a technical thing there. Marvellous. It's all good fun. 0793 4746 790. I do know it. But under pressure. Under pressure. It's like,
The brain goes.
Yes, absolutely. The brain goes like that. Phone number's on the screen now, says the Eastbourne couple. Yes, thanks. I'm very pleased that you've got that as well. This is all madness here.
That's a good question from Anna Jones.
Yes.
How is Lola the dog doing?
Oh, yeah, no, I have not had an update, actually. That's very remiss of me. She went to the vets.
That must be a good thing.
Yes, that's true. She went to the vets and they put her on a drip. Or they did something. I think they gave us some antibiotics. Now I can't actually access my phone because you're on a feedback to me, so that you can actually see me in the studio and I can hear you through. It's a technical thing. But yeah, she is okay. And she then went for a stomach. I think it was a stomach X-ray or scan. I think it was a scan. But I've not heard back, so I guess that she's okay. She's probably just very quiet and recovering from something, and probably on these antibiotics and all the rest of it. So, yeah, that was quite a worrying scare, actually. I don't know if anybody else has got pets that have ever had these sort of problems, but I can tell you that poor old Harriet said to me the first time she took her to the vet, it was £200. Then when she went to the next one, it was £300. And what do? You say, yes, no, I don't want my dog to die. They have you by the balls, as it were.
As it were.
And yeah, no, but I mean, you've had animals, haven't you? Have you ever had to take them to the vet?
Oh, yeah. Well, not all the time, but yeah, often.
Yeah, so I mean, when they say it's going
to checkups.
Yeah, and so when there's a problem, though, Julia, I mean, what do they say? When they say, what do you say when they say, oh, well, that'll be 250 quid? Do you ever go, oh, I won't have it done then? It's a bit expensive.
No, well, rarely have I been in the position where I've had a large vet bill. So, but I think once there has been when I was like, I'm going to need to make some phone calls. So, but yeah, I managed to pay that time.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I just think you sort of are blackmailed, aren't you? Because what do you say? If you can't pay it, you're stuffed. Nigel's saying, I can't turn Julia up I cannot. I'm not getting enough oomph from Julia into the studio. So I don't know if Julia can pump out more volume. I don't know how she would do that.
Let me have a little play.
If you can send me some more volume, then I can put her up. But I'm at max now. I've got no way of adding any extra volume from the lovely Julia, I'm afraid. If you could, I can't even show you the lash up because I might be able to.
I have a technician coming in.
Oh, okay.
I have the engineer coming to work on it. I guess they have the show horn in the lounge.
I'm just going to go and show the lovely audience what the lash up here is. If I come back to the show, I have Julia on a feed here on my phone, which is coming into a desk here. Look at all this mess. This is an absolute mess. And on the desk...
How's this?
It's not changed at all, actually. Julia's come in here.
My levels?
Oh, that might be better. But the knob here, I don't know if people can see. You can't really see it, but the knob it will not turn anymore. It's on max output from the phone, which is it's coming in. So yeah. So we are trying, Nigel. We're doing our best, but it's just me. It's just me fiddling. Say some lovely words, Julia.
Words of loveliness for everybody here. Oh,
Is that?
yeah. Is that better? Is my volume better?
I mean, I can hear you very loudly through the headphones. The only thing I can do is turn myself down and turn the master out. Hang on, I can try that. Try now speaking.
Speaking. Hello. 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 Nigel Satter says, then what? Then turn yourself down so we can. Oh, turn yourself down so we can turn Julia up. I'm confused already. The vets wanted £3,000 for an operation to clean the cat's teeth. I refused that, and the teeth is still fine. That was Mike Stevens. Yeah, you can. I mean, unless they need teeth pulling, you know, you can clean them yourself, and it's hard, but you can do it.
And what this is, I mean, that was my point really, is that you are blackmailed, aren't you? Because what can you do if you can't pay? It's like with the National Health Service, you can go in and you can have your operation generally, you know, in normal times, and it's fine. But with the vets, what do you do if the vet says this is going to cost you £3,000 to fix your dog's leg, and you go, oh crikey, I can't afford that? What do you do?
Well, that's right. You either take your pet and go to another vet and have a second opinion, or you pay it. But this is another reason why it's highly recommended that you take pet insurance out, so that it can cover things like this.
So the okay.
So yeah, you're right. You don't really have a choice, but I mean, it's what you do for your animals, isn't it?
Andrew Norris says we can hear the squeak. What is the squeak? Right, Nigel Sadler says that.
Oh, this squeak.
Is that your?
That's me.
That's you. That's you. It's either your chair or your back, or
it's my mad chair.
Is it? You sure you haven't got a little mouse or something underneath the chair making that noise?
Only one on the desk.
Oh, that's all right. Well, don't run over that mouse. Mother Nature says some charities help out with costs, i.e. the Cats Protection League. So that's quite good. Deborah Martin says that my pets are insured. I never want to be in that position. No, can you imagine? You know, the position of, well, I can't afford it, so it's going to have to die. That would be an awful position. Or it's got to suffer.
Yeah, it's not good. Ramaboo's saying, is that the hunky but camera shy hubby, Julia? Yes, it was. With his and someone else noticed his TARDIS hoodie. Yeah, Mark Burgess noticed the TARDIS hoodie.
There you go. That's our motto. We never put a healthy pet Dion. Dion? What's that?
I'm having trouble reading these. Sorry, let me try and enlarge that a bit. Oh no, that doesn't help.
I can't see what you're doing.
So strange, getting used to everything again.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Got back into the swing of things, but you know, it is what it is.
I tell you what we're going to do. Nobody's rung in, which is a shame, because that would have been lovely to hear from a few people. So take the phone thing off for a moment. Hang on if I do that. So don't ring in now for the moment. Let's go to the art gallery and have a look at some art that's come in, and then we'll go back to the video. Should we do this? Now, I'm not sure how easy you will be able to see this, Julia. You probably will have to...
I'll just have to watch it on the stream,
on
live stream.
On the stream, yeah. So I'll try and take that into consideration. Okay. So first of all, I have to just go back. Hang on, I'm just going to lose you on the screen, but we can still hear you. And let's play in our wonderful little art intro. So there we go. That is the art. That's the art intro there, which is marvellous. Now, hopefully, we got different couples of bits of art here to have a look at. But I want to start with this one first of all. Let me just bring lovely Julia back in briefly. Here we go. This is from a lady called Susan Munn. And this is the email that she sent. She says, hi, Richard. I was watching one of your videos on the Vobes show and saw you mention about art. So I thought you might like to see what I do. I'm a local artist. Are you typing, by the way, Julia? I can hear it very loudly. No. I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was your teeth. So she's... Hang on, where are you? And he's going to fade you. I'm going to get my other desk in here, my proper desk, my Allen and Heath desk with faders instead of turning knobs, which I can barely see. Okay, I've just faded you down, Julia, just so you know, so you can type away to your heart's content. And so she says, oh, wait, she doesn't say that. She says, I'm a local artist here in Worthing. I've been painting, mandalas. I don't know what mandala is. I can take my headphones up for a socket. With a dot design for about 3 years. My passion for art began in childhood after school days. Every chance I got, I would draw or paint. When I had my own children, I painted Disney characters on their bedroom walls, and as they got older, I painted whatever they were into at the time. In my early 30s, I trained as a Reiki master, or Raki, or something. I can't know how you pronounce that, and have experienced many wonderful moments and met some amazing people. After 12 years, I felt the need to bring something new to my healing practice so that would work alongside. Oh, this is this Reiki? I can't remember. During a trip to the beach one day, I picked up a pebble and thought I could paint something on this. And from then on, the idea was born. I found my artistic style and developed it over time. My inspiration for my work started from secondary sources such as the internet and nature. And this is from Susan. So let's have a look at some of Susan's work, and we'll get some comments from the lovely Julia as I shall fade her back into the studio. You're back in now, Julia. And we will start to see if I remember how to do this. I need to sort this out a bit better. But pictures, here we go. So this is the first picture. Julia, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. And any moment now, you should get the first picture coming up on your screen, which is a bottle.
Ooh, a lovely painted bottle. It's beautiful.
So she's into dots in a big way. And now I can't remember what that's called, but she did sort of mention that.
The mandala thing that you keep asking what it is. A mandala, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a geometric configuration of symbols. In various spiritual traditions, mandalas may be employed for focusing attention of practitioners and adepts as a spiritual guidance tool for establishing a sacred space and as an aid to meditation and trance induction. There you have it.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I mean, I have seen different sort of art that does this kind of thing. So that's really fascinating. Reiki, I think, is Nutka Seaglass is saying, Reiki is great. I am a Reiki master of 26 years. Is that like Kung Fu master?
No, that's a channeling the energies and focusing the energies around a person's body.
Oh, okay.
Manipulating one's aura, one might say.
Right. Oh, okay.
So that's akin to, well, not akin to, but it's in the same sort of level as acupuncture.
We have a plant
touching.
A plant pot on the screen. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I do like the dots. There is something hypnotizing about it.
So
do you think?
Yeah, no, I do. I actually quite like it. I've not really ever sort of got into it before, but it's nice. Rick Gordon says, since the advent of pet insurance, vets have come up with many new procedures and all kinds of ways to max out the insurance claims. Oh, right. Nutka says that these are meditation focuses, I guess, these dot things. And
the mandalas.
The mandalas. And Station Master is saying, is that Heath Robinson, which is what I mentioned to you. So there is a picture of Susan, who's just come up on the screen with all her work. She's local in Worthing. And it'd be lovely to go.
That multicoloured one.
Yeah, it would be lovely to go and interview her after. This is the sad part of the bloody virus, but it would be lovely to go and interview her about her work. But obviously we can't do that at the moment. These are slightly smaller pictures, unfortunately. I'll just race through.
What a lovely friendly face she's got.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope she does catch up with this, and I will send her the link afterwards. It was a bit of a rather quick turnaround, really.
Mike Stevens says, does anyone remember spirographs? This reminds me of that.
Yeah,
it does a little bit.
That's true.
Better.
Deborah Martin says people expect the best and latest treatment for animals these days, keeping on the vet theme. Keyhole surgery and chemotherapy. The equipment is incredibly expensive and is all ongoing training that the vets have to do. Yeah, I mean, we do expect a lot, don't we, actually, from our vets, really.
Yeah. Oh, going back to the mouse thing
Yes.
and the vet thing, I suppose it didn't have to go to the vet, but yeah, one of my cats came home the other morning, and he was very quiet and subdued, and he was like, he just had this look about him, and Elijah noticed because it's his cat, and he went over and goes, "What's the matter, Mojo?" And he still didn't notice, and I look over and I'm like, oh, he's only got this glue trap, you know, these mouse traps that use, it's just a sheet of plastic that has glue on it, really horrible sticky glue. Yeah, he had that stuck to his chest and belly
Oh
with
no,
a dead
nasty.
mouse on it.
Oh goodness.
So that was fun, trying to peel that off. For the record, vegetable oil, pour some vegetable oil on, let it soak in a bit, massage it in, and get the massage and finger comb all the muck out. There you go. But yeah, that was beautiful artwork. Thank you very much for sharing those.
Yeah, that was really lovely. That was really nice. So that's all done with dots. I mean, it must take a long time and a lot of concentration. I mean, you must be focused for so long trying to, do all those dots. And if you get one dot wrong, aren't you? You're sort of stuffed. You've got to start all over again. Or can you do it with a stencil? Do you think?
I suppose you could do it with a stencil. I mean, yeah, it would probably be easier to use a little stencil to get the circles nice and round. But I think it would be very much meditative, just producing that
producing
artwork.
Producing the artwork. Yeah, no, absolutely. If anybody does anything like that similar, we'd love to have you call in and tell us about it. It would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Hear more about that sort of stuff. Vince Quill has sent some art in for us to have a look at, and it's going to be on your screens now. This is obviously a life drawing, I suppose, or a real. What do you call when you draw real life? Life drawing. No, I mean life drawing is people, drawing. Isn't it? Is life drawing
drawing is life.
Is life. Okay, so this is a country scene here with trees and so on and so forth, which is lovely. I think in charcoal. Nice. I think he said. Is it in charcoal? Is Vince out there? Is he there watching?
I'm sure I saw him.
Yeah, I think that was in charcoal or crayon or pencil or something. Anyway, people can see.
I said his name.
Yeah, Still Life. There we are. Still Life. That's a. What did I say?
Someone knows what we're about.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't. This is one of the things I did a little bit of drawing once, but I was no good at it, and so I kind of gave up because it was I don't know, it was just difficult. It was too difficult. Do you know when you realise where your skills are, and you just think, well, actually, I'm not enjoying this. It's not improving quick enough for me, and the skills. Whereas doing this sort of chatting thing and doing the videos and things, I know where my skills are in there, and on occasion I manage to actually do something reasonable. Whereas with the drawing, I always never felt I was quite good enough, and I couldn't feel the development. Now, you went to art college, didn't you, Julia? So you know all about this sort of stuff.
I did do art at college, but I didn't finish.
But that doesn't mean that just because you didn't finish art college, that meant good at art.
No, it means I've got no piece of paper to say that I did it and say how well I did or didn't do.
No, but surely the last thing an artist needs, like when I was at mime school. When I went to mime school, at the end of it, people were queuing up to get a bit of paper to say they had a whatever in some sort of qualification in mime. Well, it was rubbish. I mean, you had. Whether you can walk out on a stage and start doing your mime performance, whatever it is, that's the qualification, not a bit of paper. Because if the audience boo, you can't turn around and go, well, actually, mate, I've got an A-level in mime. I'm really good at it.
And yeah, they're not going to suddenly go, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't realise you were a master. Same with a plumber. And plumber might have a piece of paper to say you've finished the thing. But if your pipes leak, he's not a very good plumber.
Yeah. By the way, Vincent Quill said it was just a pencil sketch.
Oh.
I said just a pencil sketch. It was a very good pencil sketch.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for sending it in. Andrew Norris says it's not a still life. That would be fruit and stuff on a table. This would be a landscape drawing. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Of course he is. He's Andrew Norris.
Yeah.
The artist.
Well, he knows what he's talking about. Absolutely.
He's very skilled. Very skilled indeed.
So yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, still life is a funny old thing. People drawing fruit in bowls and things. I mean, there was a sort of fad for that, wasn't there? But there's so many things to draw. It just seems that it's got its own thing of its own. You know, fruit and bowls, and now it's called still life. But how many people draw fruit and bowls?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's because of the textures and the shapes. It's a good, it shows off someone's skill.
Yes.
And
Well, I am
someone's
the
skill.
last person really to be hosting a show about art because I actually know nothing about it. But at the same time, I think sometimes this is the thing that you need to do when you know nothing about something. That's when you learn because you think, well,
Yeah.
I don't want to look a prune. I need to learn, and people will help you out and say, well, Richard, that's not a still life. That's a landscape, and you go, duh. Oh yeah, of course it is because it was a landscape.
Yeah.
And what was I said something about? I said what was the one with
Real life or
the
something.
yeah, the one where you draw naked people. That's a different thing, isn't it? Still, that's not still life, is it? That's living life or something.
I'm just waiting for Andrew Norris to tell us.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
yeah.
say
See,
this time.
see
I'm
how
gonna get it wrong
how
again.
ignorant we are.
Ooh.
Now I'm going to play in a video. This is from Anis. I just got to find it. Hang on, I got to get my head round where
Whilst
we
you're finding that,
Yeah.
someone was asking whether I drew these pictures behind me. No, these are actually photographs. Oh yeah, I've got Red Rum's ears on my head.
are.
That's Red
Nay.
Rum. There's an unknown horse to my left and a Concord to my right. And no, I didn't take the photographs or paint them. Sadly.
No, but they're very nice pictures, all the same.
Yeah, they're inherited from my nanny.
Oh yes, life drawing. Oh yes, life drawing. It's the life drawing. That was
Yeah,
that's the
life
naked
drawing, see?
naked people. But do they don't have to be naked to be life drawing? Can they're just a subject who is living, presumably. I mean, somebody sitting
Yes.
on a bench having a cup of coffee before the police get to them. If you were able to draw somebody in that situation, that would be a life drawing, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah.
You could draw the picture at the point where the policeman is dragging the little old lady and her cup of coffee away from the bench. I mean, clearly the obvious thing to do would be to chain yourself to a bench. I wonder if anyone would do that. The Mrs. Pankhursts of the today, of 2021, chaining themselves to benches. Probably not a good idea in this temperature, to be honest with you, because, you know, it does make the bladder shrink a little bit, and there may be a pool of water. Anyway, let us have a look at the art that we've got. Now, this is from Anis McGann, and I've just got to get into the video box to do this, so bear with me a second. And as ever, we get the what's the name. So this is where are you? Here we go. Needle fretting. It's called. This is needle fretting art, but the video will explain it all. That is just rather stunning. That is rather stunning. I didn't really have a huge amount of time to read the text, unfortunately, because the text, I was so busy just looking at the incredible imagery. But that was amazing. Did you think that, Julia?
I did. That was absolutely astounding. I mean, I love needle felting. I've never
felting,
tried
is
it.
it? Felting?
I think that's what. Yeah, I think that's what it's termed. Yes, I think it said so in the video as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
absolutely
I
amazing.
misread that as fretting. I don't know why.
Felting.
Felting.
Yeah, because like it said, when you press and manipulate the wool with the needle or whatever needle,
Yeah.
it causes it to to compact and felt. It's absolutely wonderful what they can do. They can make some really lifelike images. It's wonderful.
So
That
I
was-
mean,
that was brilliant.
so I mean, just having a look at that, some of those objects were they all from this needle felting, or is it something that's?
I believe so. Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean, there might be some sort of padding behind the felting. I don't know because
I would
never
love
seen it in the process.
So I don't know if Rick and Anis are there or watching, or if they will get to this. I would love Rick. You must film Anis doing the process.
Yeah, show us the process.
You
please.
must show us that, because that was just. I mean, it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Because like those lions and the squirrel, what an amazing skill!
The ram with the horns.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
love to
wonderful.
know. I'd love to see that. How long does that take to do a creation? I mean, it just sort of blew me away. I mean, at first when I saw it, I thought, oh, you've got hold of a toy squirrel and you've done something to it. But I'm guessing the whole thing has been manufactured by yourself.
Yeah. Ramaboo 2 says, now who did the needle felting? Sorry, her mum was just talking to her. It's Anis McGowan, wasn't it?
Yeah. Rick M
Yeah,
is there
yeah,
saying,
fantastic.
no, it's just wool. Some of the sculptures have wire skeletons.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
not padded.
Yeah.
Padding. Yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah.
the process. You must or do a series of photographs and do a voiceover or something. That would be really interesting. I mean, I know it would take a bit of time. There's no rush, but by Wednesday would be great. But no, that was fascinating. So I'm still not quite sure. You're pulling at the wool and then pushing it down. Is that like how you make a felt hat or something? You pull and compress, pull and compress. But
Yeah.
with felt,
Guess so.
I guess you make it into with rollers or something. That's
No
fascinating.
idea.
I mean, if you get a chance, upload that to the group, Rick, if you're able to do that. If Anis doesn't mind, that would be fascinating, because then people can come back and have a look and spend a bit more time and freeze frame it and study it a bit. It's really cool. It's really cool. I mean, I'm very ignorant when it comes to art. So when I see something that I think has taken skill and time, I'm blown away. When I see something that somebody's just, I don't know, you see, this is where I struggle with art. Some famous artist scrunches up a bit of paper, puts it in a glass cage and gives it a name and says that's art. To me, that's not art. That's just someone scrunched up a bit. It doesn't matter if it's Damien Hirst or whoever, or taking a loo and just putting stenciling a name on it or whatever. To me, that's not art. Whereas what we've shown, Vince with his drawing, and Susan with her dots, and Anis with her amazing wool felting. To me, that is something that is art.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. I've seen some. Well, I went and saw Tracy Emin's bed when it was going.
When
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
going
I
where? Was it going down a hill or something?
No, when it was first exhibited and all that.
And I mean, that Tracy Emin's bed to me is not art, because anybody can do it. So it's just every day. So that's where's the skill, and everybody gets out of bed, whatever their bed is, whether it's a cardboard box under the Queen Elizabeth Gallery building or whatever it was, or a four-poster. Everybody gets out of a bed, most people do, and so
But no, I get it. It's pointless
I
art.
know
I
there,
mean,
I know there's
she did have lots of theory behind it and stuff, but
yeah, but
like you say, a messy bed is a messy bed.
a messy bed is a messy bed. As a pile of bricks is a pile of bricks, and I understand that there's sort of a whole history thing connected to it, but then to me that's a different thing. I can get that you might want to say here's a bed and here's the history of the bed, and you might and if it was Queen Elizabeth's bed first, Queen Elizabeth the first bed, or even Queen Elizabeth the second bed, you'd think, this is interesting. That's how she slept. But I don't give a fig about Tracy Emin and her bed. I have no emotional engagement about the little condoms and the stains and things. It's like, I don't care about that. I'm not. Why would I?
You feel quite aggressively about that, don't you? And I kind of feel almost the same about oh crikey, I had his name in my head a minute ago. It's gone now. The guy who basically would cut a cow in half and stick him in formaldehyde.
Damien
or
Hirst?
A big block of resin. Thank you. That one. That is not art. You did not create that. You just cut an animal in half and stuck it in a big chunk of plastic.
Yeah, well, I agree
that
there.
Annoys me. That really annoys me.
Yes.
Unlike someone like George Stubbs, who, he dissected the horse, the horses, but he studied them. He drew every layer, and that is part of how we now understand how a horse's body works.
But
and other animals.
But I mean, I struggle with the Damien Hirst thing because he will come up with something and then they'll have a factory of people knocking out the same thing. Well, to me, that's manufacturing. That's not art,
Yeah, this is why I love Banksy, because he just takes the concept of art and he just shoves it through a mangle, and then he takes the concept of the value of art and shoves that through a shredder. I love it. That is art. I live and breathe for that.
Tattoos and Tea Dragon says, I did a 3 years creative arts course, and let me tell you, the things I've seen the tutors drool over made me question why I was even doing it. Yeah, absolutely. Does Richard have the bubble gun? Oh, I do have the bubble gun.
Yes. Someone was saying, I guess that means there'll be no bubbles. Then I was like, looking around, I've got some bubbles around somewhere. The next video, I'll go and get some.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we will have bubbles on the show.
Leonard Smith
and
says...
my squeaky chair is making the Eastbourne couple laugh.
Oh, excellent.
Have another giggle on me. Oh, and that, I think it was Mother Nature was saying, that's not Desert Orchid. I know, I don't know Desi personally, but that's not Desert Orchid. It's just the dim light in here makes it look like a grey horse, but it's actually not.
Oh, excellent. I'm glad we cleared that up. Art shouldn't be explained. It should just be, says Leonard Smith. You should be able to work it out, what it means. If you've got to sit there and read a thesis about it, I mean, then what is that about? Art can be... Nigel Sadler, here we go. Art can be where... to force a viewer to pay attention to something they should not normally do. A photograph is a perfect example of that. Why should you force anybody?
Well, kind of what he's saying there reminds me of one of my favourite films, The Last Unicorn. The unicorn isn't recognised by people, but the witch who captures her puts a fake horn on her, which then makes people see the unicorn. It's kind of... This reminds me of that when he said that.
Good. Well,
George Stubbs' neighbours used to complain about the smell coming from his studio. I bet they did.
Yes.
That was from Michael White. I'm sure I would have too.
Certainly got a lot of comments, this subject. Hang on, I should just say, if anybody wants to call in, please do. It's lovely to have a chat. Here we go. There's Elijah with some... Oh, we've got a call. We have a
phone call. My gosh, we have a phone. Can I borrow that, my love?
Yeah. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Vobes Show.
Is that the Tony Hart Gallery?
It is the Tony Hart Gallery. How are you? Is that Sean James Cameron from London, Scotland, Wales, Cornwall, and other places on the globe?
And the Commonwealth.
Oh, and the Commonwealth. Yes, good to have the Commonwealth.
I quite liked the display of bricks. Can't remember who did it, but I quite like the bricks.
Oh, did you? Why?
Do you remember? There were like 4 layers of bricks.
Yeah. I mean, just look like, somebody had delivered your bricks on your front lawn. I mean, when it comes to that sort of thing, you could just do anything, couldn't you? I mean, I get logs delivered. They could be poured out and you go, there are a pile of logs. It's like, yeah, okay.
I was watching a TV show about art, and they were following these students, and they had to come up with something for their final exam.
Right.
So there was one person who put a light bulb into a room and switched it on and off. And I thought, okay, I can possibly see where you're coming from.
Well, only when the light was on could you see where they were coming from.
Then there was a window that had sounds of the streets, like a window onto the world. I thought, I can see, the input in that.
Right.
And there was a girl that they followed, and she just couldn't come up with an idea. And as she was going to college one day, she saw a tree that was growing through a fence.
Right.
She took a picture of it.
Yeah.
And they accepted that as her final work. And I thought, well, at least the other people have actually got off their arse and they've done something.
Yeah.
She just took a picture.
And that just makes it does make a mockery. Julia, can you hear Sean? Oh, you can't hear him at all.
Nope.
StreamYard's quite good.
It might be, but we had problems with that too. Oh right, okay. So that's really strange because Julia can hear me through the desk. You're in the desk. You are coming into
Well, that's why I phoned, just so that you could do a test.
Yeah, she should be able to hear me, but she can't. You can't hear him at all, Julia. No. Oh, sorry about that, Julia.
No worries. I'll just keep myself entertained.
Yeah, keep yourself entertained over there in jolly old Lancing area. Well, I just find that makes a complete and utter mockery, really, when that sort of thing. I mean, art is to me, art is one of those subjects that a lot of people can just get away with murder and call it something. But if a builder doesn't build a house structurally correctly, he's in trouble.
Well, when I went off to university when I was 30, I passed with a first in, what was it now? Television documentary making and practical something else. I can't even think of what the name of the course was. But there were some people there that literally turned up, sat down, didn't do a jot, and they got a 2-1. And that's when I started to realise, well, of course they were going to pass. They were paying for the course.
Yeah. So that's all you need to do is, as long as you're paying for the course, you're going to get something, and that's the way it works.
Yeah.
It's a very cynical way of looking at it, but it may be true.
Well, it is certainly a strange old world.
Yeah, telling me. Well, thank you, Sean, for telling us about that dreadful thing with the woman that just took a picture on the. Oh well, I can't do. I mean, you hear that in the corporate world. Didn't they do something similar with the post office? They had a million different ideas for post office when they rebranded it into Consignia. And then it was only on the last day that somebody came up with the name Consignia, and they charged them, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like £650,000 for...
Well, the best one was, I worked for Channel 5, and we had a show called The Right Stuff, presented by Matthew Wright.
Yeah.
Well, he had a bit of a to-do, and he walked off.
Right.
So they got Jeremy Vine in to present it. So they had about a month's consultation of what they was going to be called. And what did they end up with? They just called it
The Vine.
Jeremy Vine.
Yeah. Took them a month and they cost an absolute it's mad, isn't it? Good
Anyway,
stuff.
I'm not going to stop tonight because I want to go and look at the murders in Pembroke.
Yeah, go and have a look at some murders.
So I will watch you on the repeat tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Don't cause any murders, will you yourself?
Well, the fog is down in London, and you know what they say? It's a nice night for a murder.
It's a nice night for a murder. Excellent. Well, lovely to talk to you, Sean.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Take care. And there he is. He's flown off. Sorry, lovely Julia, that you couldn't hear any of that.
No worries.
I don't know why that is, because you're coming into the desk. I'm coming into the desk. You can hear me. You should have been able to hear Sean, so I don't understand. Anyway, technology is far too complicated.
One of you, two of me. I think it's Pim's o'clock.
It's
so they say.
Pim's o'clock. That would be nice. I think it's video time, isn't it?
I think so.
Let's go to the video box and see what we've got in on tonight's show to show everybody. Oh, hang on. I thought there's a funny tune.
Call.
Another call. I'm so sorry you can't hear it. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Vobe Show.
Hello, Richard.
Hello. Who's that?
This is Ian from Horsham.
Ian from Horsham. Ah, it's nice to talk to you, Ian. Poor old Julia can't hear, which is a real shame. I hate doing this COVID. She's waving. How are you, Ian from Horsham?
Oh, yeah. I'm good, Richard. Can a quick shout out to Lance?
Yes, of course.
It's his 50th birthday tomorrow, so hi, Lance.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ah, happy birthday to Lance for tomorrow.
He's been teasing me for ages because I'm 55, and he sort of says, "Oh,
you're only a babe."
He says, "Yeah, well, when I get to your sort of age." Now he's 50. He's my sort of age.
He's
so
over the hill now, isn't he?
He can't go there anymore with that one. But just like to say, Richard, I really love your show. Been watching it for a while now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's really fantastic, and I love all the talk about art and everything.
Well, we do know. I mean, I'm very ignorant. Julia has some sort of reason to be talking about art. I'm as ignorant as anybody, but I'm happy to, have a look and learn. But I do struggle with the stuff that I just to me, like Tracy Emin's bed and things like that I just don't see as art. But I do understand that people do see that as art, because clearly it wouldn't be a thing.
I think that's it. I think people's art means many different things to different people, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and everybody's entitled to have those opinions, of course. And just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's any. What my opinion is worthless. But it just happened to be my show, and I can spout my opinions, But
you've got to have an opinion, haven't you?
You've got to have an opinion so that people can shout you down. Because unless you've got something, otherwise people don't engage. But and of course, you and Lance have sort of kicked this whole art thing off as far as the Vobe show is concerned. So we're very grateful to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, for me, it sort of started a few years ago. I started sort of dabbling a little bit in it, and just to sort of try and just to do something a bit creative and sort of fill my time with something a bit useful. And during the lockdown, I sort of enrolled on a correspondence course at the London Art College, and it really did accelerate my understanding of art. And I felt that's where I was missing out. I wasn't understanding the nuts and bolts, I suppose, of how it all sort of worked, the materials you use, how light and shade works, that sort of thing. And once I sort of got a grasp of that, things started to click in. And then for me, it was just a case of just keep practicing and just working on it.
And what is your aim with art? What direction are you in? What part of art are you interested in?
I actually, for me, stuff. I do like ink drawings. I like some of the old line drawings, and I like ink and wash, and I like a lot of graphite drawings, and purely just to do it for pleasure and just the pure enjoyment of it.
I know there's this thing which might be the same as ink and wash. I'm not quite sure. What was I thinking? Ink and... It's like watercolour and ink. You draw the ink and then you fill it in with watercolour.
That's it. So line and wash. It. It's the same sort of principle as the ink wash, but you're using watercolours just watered down. And I've dabbled in a bit of that as well.
I find that. I'd love to be able to do that, because the reason I got into it was because I was trying to illustrate my children's books, but I was just no good at it. And I could see that if I could be good at it, I think that most people can be good and can train themselves to a degree, but you have to just, you have to put in those 10,000 hours.
Yeah, but you know what, Richard? I saw some because you've got some of those on your Instagram page, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
And you know what? I thought they were great. I mean, to me, again, sort of, it's like everything, it's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? And I just thought they were fantastic. And Lance pointed them out to me, actually. He said, have you seen some of Richard's work? And I thought, wow, fantastic. So I wouldn't put yourself down on that. I think they're great, personally.
Well, that's very decent of you. I mean, I think once you've learnt, especially with people, it's the proportions.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
And that's what I struggle with, is just getting the proportions, and then the different shapes, and things that are
yes.
close to the camera. Like, I'm putting my hand up in front of the camera now, and my hand is much bigger than my head, and it's just trying to get those
The
sort of, if you want to
perspectives.
dramatic pictures. And I just struggled and struggled. But the thing was, I could see that, yes, I could do it, but I just didn't have the time to sit there. I mean, I would go down the street, and I did go down the street with a pencil and would try and draw people as they're passed, just very quickly, just to get shapes and motion. And because I've got a number of books on the subject, and it was telling go down the street and just have a sketchbook. And I was doing that for a while. But then I was ready to publish my books, and I still wasn't up to speed on the art. And and one of the sorry, I was going on about this a little bit too much because
No, that's fine. No,
well, I don't want to keep
your show. I'll let you.
I didn't want to keep Julia out of it, really, because it's her time on the show. But just very briefly,
Sure.
I lost my train of thought anyway. But it doesn't matter. It's not about me. Yeah, I just found that if I had more time to do it, then maybe I could have got it. But I got to that point where I just wanted to get these books out, and the art was part of it. But anyway, I'm going to go back to Julia, who's got the bubbles going, and find out what the comments are going on. But Ian, thank you so much for calling in.
That's no problem, Richard. I was going to do a quick limerick for you. But
no, do give us a limerick.
Oh no, I'm going to get all tongue-tied now.
No, you're not.
This is one my dad used to tell me when I was probably about 5 or 6, so I remember it from that. So
Okay.
It goes like, okay, deep breath. Edinburgh Castle stands on a rock. Everyone that passes has to show their cocktails, ginger ales, 1 and 6 a pint. If you don't like it, shove it up your arse. No questions, tell no lies. Ever seen a monkey doing up his flies, or a nuisance? Bugs are worse. That's the end of my Chinese verse.
It's very... Julia has a naughty song. I think it was... I can't remember if it was a... she's looking at me now. Was it a Monty Python song? She sings a very naughty song.
I hope this wasn't too naughty.
No.
No.
Julia can only hear it when it comes back on the screen. She's probably listening now on the screen. Anyway, Ian, thank you for that. You got some
problem,
smiles
Richard.
all round. Josephine Suter says it's rude. She says I can't repeat it. Lovely to talk to you, young man.
And you take care, Richard, and speak soon.
Yeah. Do ring in again. Thanks, Ian.
Bye, mate. Bye.
Bye. There we go. That's Ian from Horsham, and I just fade him out. And the lovely Julia, are you still there?
Yes,
Yes.
I am still here.
I'm so sorry you couldn't hear that. It was hilarious.
That's right. I probably could have worked in there. Have we got another caller already?
Another caller. Hello, caller. You're through to the Vobes show. Hello. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I faded you down. Hello. Sorry about that. Hello. It's all going wrong here. Hello. Who's calling?
Hello. This is Pauline from the Isle of Sheppey.
Pauline from the Isle of Sheppey. Oh, I wish the lovely Julia was here to hear all of this. How are you, Pauline?
Yes, doing okay. I was very interested. I was a bit late coming in on your live, but what you're talking about art.
Yes.
Because it's not just being able to be arty. I think that's not enough, because my daughter was very good at art, and she done it in sixth form, then went to university and done a fine arts course. And by the end of it, now she doesn't want to do anything like that at all. It totally sort of knocked her for six.
Oh, right. Oh, that's how interesting is that? That the art course just pushed it out of her.
Yeah, and it's so sad because she's so good.
Yes.
But
how old is she now?
She's 25 now.
So it may come back.
Totally different. Well, I'm hoping.
It may be that, that did push it out. But when she's, say, in her 50s, which I know is another 25 years down the line, but, once you've had your kids and you've got your mortgage and you've done real life and jobs and things, it may come back that actually something that was there at a younger age is what she's looking for again.
Yeah, it was really weird, that, because she'd do something that absolutely beautiful, and then someone had put some ducks, someone else in the class just blew up a little paddling pools, put some ducks in it, and they got more praise, and she made her feel like, what am I doing?
Yes. So
and I think you've got to have a story about what you're doing, and my daughter never had a story. It was just like, well, I've done that because that's what I like.
Yes. So it's sort of knocked her confidence. But I think, though, that if you've got something like that in you, you can drift from it because you don't feel it's being respected or your confidence has gone or what have you. But I think the time will come back, because if you've got that skill, I cannot believe that she may doodle something and someone will see it and they'll go, wow, that's really good. And they go, well, I used to do a bit of this in the past. And somebody somewhere may just spark that up again. So don't despair.
I hope so. It's really funny, though. You'd think just because you can do it, that's enough.
Yeah.
But it isn't. You've got to have a feeling of what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Absolutely. And then I mean, it's hard enough in the world of trying to make a career out of these things as well. So you might have the skill. We're being plagued by the Julia's family here. We've got little...
Oh, look, got a cat.
We've got everywhere. We've got a cat. We've got Elijah. There's Julia and little Joseph, who we'll say hello to in a moment. Can you see them all?
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Oh, it's very nice. And it's such a shame that they can't hear you. I
can.
Oh, you can?
I can, but I can only listen on the stream.
Oh, so
delayed.
Oh, right. So Julia's hearing, but she's got the delay.
Hello.
Okay.
So she's. I don't know if you can hear. You can hear Julia, can you? Presumably.
No, I can't.
Well, this is the trouble. Oh my goodness, that's Joe calling out loud. This is the problem with lockdown. We haven't had a chance to sort of get this whole technology business together, so it's all a bit Heath Robinson, and it's all on a wing and a prayer. But some of the elements are.
Oh, you're doing better than I could, anyway.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, Pauline, thank you so much for ringing in. How long have you been watching the show?
A good year, I think.
Have you?
But before that, a few times.
Are you in the chat room?
No.
No. When I say the chat
I'm
room,
not.
You're watching on YouTube, but you see the chat
Yes,
come
I
up,
am.
presumably.
Oh, yes. You mean, see, look, this is how bad I am. I didn't even know what you was talking about.
Oh, right. Because when
I'm not that old.
No, I'm sure you're not. But I mean, we're often saying, well, who's typing in what? So you're not in that bunch.
No, I haven't.
No. Okay, no.
I've been very brave to call. I've been
You are,
to
and
before, but I haven't.
Oh, well, it's so lovely that you did, and thank you so much. And I can't wait for Julia when we're allowed to have people back, and we can join up and do things again, which I hope, for goodness sake, is not too long. That we can do that, because she would love to have spoken to you herself.
Oh, well, lovely to talk to you both, and I love your show.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a bit of a ramshackle, who knows what's going to happen type of show, but
oh no, that's the best.
Oh, good. Oh, well, that's excellent. Well, Pauline, look after yourself and do call in again.
And you, take care.
Yeah, take care. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was lovely. So there we are. That's Pauline from Oh, I don't know if I asked her where she was from, actually. But it's lovely to have her in. Julia, are you there?
I am. I'm just shedding.
Shedding.
I'll see you in a minute. Shedding family members briefly. Just come on. I'll be in a minute. I'll be in a minute. Squish. Oh, stop it. See you in a minute.
It was great to see Jo. Oh, she's gone. Oh no, it was great. It was great to see Joe. I was hoping we were going to get a little soliloquy from him.
I can't hear anything.
Hello.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. I was saying it was nice to. Oh, it was you, was it? It was nice to see Joe. I was hoping that we would get a soliloquy from him.
Oh, we can try again in a bit if you like.
Okay. Well, maybe at the end of the show. Any interesting comments? All of that. I was so busy talking to our lovely contributors, Ian and Pauline. And I'm sorry you didn't get to hear Pauline from directly, because it would have been lovely to have spoken to her.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to mute myself and mute you to be able to listen to that. And
yeah. I know. We need to work. I need to spend a day working on how to patch all this so that it works properly. But we'll get. Excuse me. I'm burping away here. Ron Langley says that's nice. All three of you close together. Which is great. Oh, yes, Eastbourne says the Isle of Sheppey. That's right, Pauline did say. Thank you very much, Eastbourne couple. And Pauline, I'm from the Isle of Sheppey. There she is. Well done. She's in the chat room. Fantastic.
Hi, Pauline. Sorry I couldn't speak to you properly.
So lovely. And that's so nice that we're getting new callers in all the time. Which, oh, hang on, I didn't mean to press that one. I didn't mean to press that one. I meant to press that.
What you got to done now?
Oh, I was just trying to just switch the phone off thing now for a moment so that people don't call in. Because I want to go and... oh, look, here's the cat.
Can you see his slightly oily tummy still?
No, it doesn't look oily at all.
Well, compared to the back, it's nice and smooth and lovely, and then it's all bitty and...
Yes. Yeah. And also, it looks like very much like wool felting.
Yeah. Look, here's something I made earlier.
Yeah, it's genuine.
It's really lifelike, isn't it?
Yeah, it's moving. You've got animatronics and everything, which is great. That's really nice.
You're a good boy.
Okay, we'll go and watch a video, and we'll come back, read some more comments. We've got 2 videos to fit in, if we can, which would be great. So let me go into the video box. And we've got one. We've got 2 actually from Bernie, but we're going to play one in this time and then one on Wednesday. And we have a video from Nikki, Nootka Seaglass, to play in. And I've got to play the ones that Nikki sent in because she sent me a batch of them. And if I don't get to them, the WeTransfer will fall over. This is another technical thing. So this is Bernie. Bernie has been out and about making videos. He's cut down some of his longer format ones. He said, is it all right if he sends them in? I said, yeah, of course it is. So they're in smaller chunks. So Bernie will, I think he's talking in the first one, if I've got this right, about the stream, the Bourne, I think it is. Isn't that right, Bernie? I think I've got them in the right order, which is what gives Eastbourne, get the right town would be useful, its name. I'll let Bernie explain it because he does it so much better than I do.
The Bourne stream, which gives its name to the town of Eastbourne. A little bit more is explained later. I can't take you exactly where the source is in Mottcombe Gardens because we're not allowed in. But I can show you this is the pond that's left, all that's left of the Ocklinge Farm pond, and there is the source of the Bourne stream from which Eastbourne gets its name. And I want to draw your attention to the statue of Neptune here. And that stood in the mill pond further downstream, which I'll talk more about later on, and was moved from here when public access to the old pond down there was removed and it was all built over and what have you. And I'm sorry, that's the closest I can take you now. the source of the River Bourne. So this is where it all began. Well, the modern day settlements as we know it, because obviously there have been Iron Age settlements and that on the downs, or one of the oldest buildings here. This is the Lamb Inn, parts of which date back to 1180. And it's said that there are cellars underneath the Lamb Inn that lead under the churchyard here and into the old parsonage barn. Normally I think the priest would be up and about. Not today. And here is the old parsonage barn where those cellars are supposed to be ending up. There, the old parsonage barn. You very often find in this part of the country a connection between the church and smuggling. I think what you have to remember is that the vicars were not necessarily religious in those days. They were often second or third sons of the nobility who didn't go into the military. So they became vicars and could have quite a comfortable life. I think that building is flats now. But this is the 12th century Church of St Mary. A more modern addition, giving a covered walkway to this lovely pilgrims. Pilgrim's house. But this was the beginning of the South Downs Way, and I guess a lot of pilgrims going along the coast, coming down from Canterbury, heading towards Chichester, might well have been grateful of the chance to stay for the night. We have this nice little walled garden this side. This is rather nice. Complete with the Lord of the Manor there, look. Thinking to himself, what's he doing up at this time of the morning?
And part 2 will be in Wednesday's show, so do tune in and we'll find out more. Thank you so much, Bernie. Very kind of you to send that in. Very much. I guess the Eastbourne couple were watching that with bated breath because, of course, it was their area. Kerry Baldwin says the old town of Eastbourne is a hidden gem. My friend lives up the road from this church. I did do a video myself, and I had no idea where that cross came from. So that's interesting, and it's a lovely old church in there. Thanks very much. We'll see more of Eastbourne in Wednesday's show. So that was really good. Let's just go over to the lovely Julia. And see how she is. Where are we? There we go. Hello, Julia. You need to turn your microphone on again.
Yes, I did.
It's easily done.
Oh dear.
It's all good. Paul Rampton says, fascinating, great video. Eastbourne couple says, that's right, Richard. And Station Master's Choice says, thanks for the kind comments. The music could have been better, but this was among my earliest efforts. That's perfectly all right.
Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, haven't they? And it's great that you're sharing this stuff with us. I think it should be encouraged that people go out and video their locality, because in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, 50 years' time, the rate of change
it will all be different.
Yeah, exactly. How's it been going on the comments? I know you were invaded by your kids earlier.
Yes, well, everyone was helping keeping me entertained by chatting with me and letting me know what was being said by the callers. So thank you very much for your help there, commenters.
Oh, that's good.
Particularly Josephine.
Yeah, we will sort out the phone system. I just assume that because it got into the anyway, it doesn't matter. Technical thing.
Well, it can only get slicker, can't it?
Yes, slicker or sicker, one of the two. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We have 125 people watching and 53 likes, so that's nice. So yeah, any other comments? Vince Quill says, nice historic area. My other half's father lives in Eastbourne. We'll have to get him to take us out to see the old town when we visit next, probably in a few months' time.
Nootka asked, can I hear Japanese music? Yeah, there was. It was very faint, wasn't it, the music?
Yeah, I
sound Japanese.
I don't know. That was Bernie's background music, I think.
His soundtrack. What did you use, Bernie? I can't see a response in the comments as to whether you said or not.
Vince Quill says, don't make it slicker. It's brilliant as it is. Don't worry. It's never.
What's and all.
Yeah, it's never going to get that slick. But it would be nice that Julia could at least hear the phone calls and vice versa. They could hear her. So that would be good. I sent a video through WeTransfer last week, Richard, just making sure you got it. Oh, that's interesting.
Who was that?
That was Tattoos and Tea Dragons, which is Dean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hang on, Dean. Let me just... you may well have done. Oh, here we go.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. For Monday's show. Oh, yes, that's right. You did, because you said it was the only day that you could do the thing. Slippery Adventure with Jessie. Didn't we not play that?
Where she slipped. Jesse's a boy, isn't he?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that was.
Oh,
yeah, no, the other one. Yeah, so no, the other one was the. Hang on, I'm just downloading it now. We've got one from Nikki, and I'll see if I can get yours in because I know you said that you can only do Mondays, and it is Monday, and nobody's going anywhere.
Apparently, he's made a new one.
Oh, is that not the one? Am I downloading the wrong one?
Apparently, there's a new one.
Oh, right. Okay, hang on a minute. I've cancelled that. Just going into.
It was lovely watching little Jessie on the ice.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hang on. It said for Mondays. Oh. Okay, I've got an email here from you from the 7th of January. And it says, for Monday's show, the only day I can really watch, thanks for showing my art. Download, and it's called O2 Slippery Adventure with Jessie MP4. That's what I was sent on the 7th of January. If you've sent another one, I'm just looking now. That is.
In the meantime,
yeah.
Bernie, aka Station Master's Choice, says it was indeed Japanese music, and he's no idea where he got it. YouTube audio, he thinks. There you have that.
So the other one.
Connor's.
Sorry. Go on.
Connor said he thought the background music was a great choice for the video. Perfect volume to draw the mind into the views. I agree with that statement.
Oh, there, that's the right one. Oh, I've just cancelled. I've just cancelled that one.
Oh no!
Wait a minute. Where are you, Dean?
Well, there's no threat of it getting slicker, is there? No time soon, anyway.
No. It's 1.3 gig. I'm not going to be able to download that in time and stream all of this up, Dean. We might have to save that.
Oh no!
Because also it has to go through. Because I bet it's in 1080p or something. I remember it. The last one you did, I had to squish it down to 720p. If you do send in a video, please, can you send it at the 720p resolution? Because that's what the software, the OBS software that we use, prefers to upload in the stream. You're right, Julia?
I would not know how to do that. Yeah.
I mean, if you can't do it, then don't panic. But
we'll have to save that one for next Monday then.
Yeah, maybe have to save that for Monday. But just, remind me. Somebody remind me, or I need to write it down. I mean, there's so many things going on. My brain is a bit...
I'll try to remind you.
Yeah, we'll edit it again and send it for next week.
Dean's video.
Well, I can download it. I mean, don't worry, Dean. I can download it. It's just at the moment it'll take a bit of time to download, and then I need to put it through Handbrake, which is a compressor, to put it at 720p, just so the program puts it out and it doesn't stagger, because otherwise it can stagger. So maybe we better just go and get our last video in then, as we are now at 1:30. We normally finish at 9:30. So this is from Nikki
Nootka Seaglass or Nikki Senior.
I don't why I have a problem with that. I don't know.
It's probably a slight form of dyslexia.
It is. It is. I'm not very
verbal dyslexia.
I'm good on simple names like Fred, John, Robert, Richard, Eric.
Just about gets Julia all right.
Julia can just about get that. But when they're odd names, to me they're odd. I mean, I suppose that Nootka doesn't sound an English name to me, and I struggle as soon as it's like, whoa, wait a minute, how do you? But I do slowly get them, don't I, Julia?
Slowly.
Yeah.
Well, you and your retrobates.
Yes, I do have issues with words. Anyway, enough of that.
Come on, it's endearing. I find it endearing. Doesn't anyone else find it endearing?
It's insulting, I should think. Right, okay, let's go back into the video box one more time. And here we go. So, Nikki, this is... I can't remember where you are now. I have no list. This is hopeless. But I know it's Nikki Nootka Seaglass. It's a lovely video. Somewhere in Norfolk. Take it away, Nootka!
Today I've come to West Raynham Church. In summer this has a lovely canopy, this gorgeous beech tree. So West Raynham Church is actually within the grounds of Raynham Hall, which you can see there. Now this is a country manor house, and it's been in the same family for 400 years, the Townsend family, Townsend with an H. And it's the sighting of a ghost which is well known throughout the UK, of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. And apparently she stalks up and down the staircase. My friend Gemma, her great-great-grandma used to be a servant in that hall, and she saw the Brown Lady several times. This yew tree here is quite a large specimen. I would say that measures around the bottom, the circumference, about 8 feet. So over there is some of the estate cottages that belong to the Raynham estate. No idea what this structure is at the back of the church. Maybe they were working on something underground and they needed coverage on the top. Something with a roof on, but I've no idea what that is, or maybe it's to preserve some sort of tomb that's in there, but I know it's frequented by wrens because I've just seen 3 of them. The little witch bird, and that's the gatehouse down there. I just love these scrollwork, early Victorian column cast iron radiators. I used to trade in architectural antiques in the early 90s, and I've sold many of these.
Century I've exceeded expectations, tried for 3 years, seems like 30. Could you ask as much from any other man?
I think the geese are getting ready to settle down for the night.
There we are, and so no doubt we'll be settling down for the night. That was lovely. Thank you very much, Nuke. Oh, I can hear the lovely Julia's seat. Hang on, I've got to get back into the right button mode there. Wasn't that lovely, Julia?
That was fantastic. I mean, wow, Nikki, your husband's got a pair of pipes on him, hasn't he?
He has got a
Wow.
pair of pipes. Yeah, Lewis is his name.
Yeah, that was lovely video. Thanks for that.
And I just want to say, if anybody is a patron of the Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi, just to let you know that in this week's In Conversation With, I am actually in conversation with Nootka Seaglass. So that will be going out on Sunday coming. If you fancy being one of my In Conversations, then do get in touch. I must get in touch with Chris, actually, who rang in the other day, because I want to pin him down this week for a conversation for the following week, because we had a lovely conversation with him in the last show, if you remember, on Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've not listened to Nootka's one yet.
Yeah, no, it's not gone out. That's what I'm saying. It goes
That's
out.
because you're not really... No, it's Josh's one. I haven't yet listened
Yeah,
to
Josh's
yet. I'm
one.
behind. I'm late. Ah!
Josh's one was fascinating. They're all very interesting. I mean, there's no set pattern to the conversation. We just sort of let it just go around wherever it is, really, which is lovely. I was wondering whether that trellis thing that was there looking after the tomb was covered in glass at one point, because it sort of looked like there would have been long vertical panes of glass in there. That was quite interesting. So there we are, another great video. Thanks, Nikki Nootka. And Station Master's Choice says, back in the day of my youth with the RAF, we had a station at West Raynham where you might find WRNS as opposed to the ones Nikki mentioned. Amazing. Nookie. Now everyone's calling you Nookie.
I think she's going to be known as Nookie now.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Nikki.
I'm so sorry. That was not intentional. But lovely to listen to his voice. Yeah, you've got to get him on camera. We've got to get him on camera, Nikki.
Yeah, did you read her comment? Nikki says, Julia, he is a musician and singer. Used to be the frontman with an international swing band.
Oh.
Well, that would explain a thing or two, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
That would be interesting. We must Nookie.
Out of sheer coinkydink, it's funny that he was singing I can't even pronounce it, Gethsemane, because I went down another rabbit hole the other night when I couldn't sleep. I came trotting downstairs, opened up my computer, and I can't even remember how. Oh, it was because I found an article. It was listing places on Google that were blurred or something. And one of them was Gethsemane. It's actually, most of these places that were blurred are now not anyway.
So Gethsemane is a place. Oh, I thought that was the name of the poem.
Place.
Oh, right, okay. Where is it?
It's a place. It's in Jerusalem.
Oh, okay.
Right on the outskirts of the, just outside of the original old walls. So I went on a massive rabbit tunnel, fell down a rabbit hole and was walking through all the little street view places. And there's even, you can follow one of the Western Wall underground. It's fascinating.
In Jerusalem. In Jerusalem.
Yeah, in Jerusalem.
So, like a street? Do they have street view in Jerusalem then?
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh,
they do. And of course it's quite a touristic place. So you've got lots of quite a few people who have taken, those 360 photos and uploaded them to Google.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get them where they'll connect them, so you can kind of, step along as if you were on a street view.
Oh right. Okay.
Tour somewhere. It's fascinating. Yeah, I was looking at the Garden of Gethsemane. Gethsemane, that's the one. However you pronounce it, I'm getting it wrong always. But yeah, absolutely fascinating. The ancient olive trees there. Wow. I mean, they're just amazing. Oh, I'd love to gently just touch, your fingertip hug one of those trees. That'd be lovely. But it's it's quite likely that the roots underneath that garden are probably 2,000 years old. I mean, there's probably new roots as well, but they would have been the original roots, most likely, that the trees that Jesus supposedly walked across, or walked near, new trees would have come up from those roots. But yeah, oh, sorry, my mind is busy blowing again.
So Nootka is saying it's Gethsemane.
Gethsemane, that's it.
Gethsemane.
That'll do.
So there we go.
Yeah.
How about that? Gethsemane.
Anyway, I've got to climb out of my rabbit hole again.
Well, it's interesting where the internet can take you. There's so many, you just end up on one thing and then you go miles and miles away from where you originally started. So before we go, what's the chance of seeing little Joe then?
Yes, I can. I think he's in there.
Is he in the other room?
If you want to chat amongst yourselves for a moment, I'll go fetch
Oh,
him.
okay. Cool beans. See you in a mo. So there we go. Lovely Julia has just Oh, we can hear her now through the headphones. Hang on, I just to turn her down a bit. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. How about had a fascinating and interesting show going from all sorts of different things. Don't forget, if you've got any art, do send it in to richard@vobes.com. If you've got any videos, send it to me on the same email address, richard@vobes.com, but via WeTransfer. Information in the description down below. And remember to try and keep them in horizontal mode. So there's little Joe. Let's just turn the volume back up. Hello, little Joe.
Say hello.
Hello, Joseph. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you. Hang on. He's
hello.
waving.
Hello, Joseph. Hello. Hello.
Are you going to talk? You going to say hello?
Say hello, Uncle Richard.
Look.
Say hello, Uncle Richard. When do I pay you all my money? Have you got any money yet, Joe? Have you got any money?
Uncle Richard.
He must be getting on for nearly 2 now, isn't he?
Well, he'll be 2 in August.
He'll be 2 in August.
16 months, going on 17 months, something like that.
Wow, how about that?
Do you know what's quite funny? Well, it's not funny, ha-ha, but it's quite
funny, hilarious?
Coincidental. Yeah, funny, ha-ha-ha-ha. When I went out for a little walk with the husband and the 2 boys the other day,
yeah,
we as we came back down the because everyone has to use one little cut through and steps up and down over the embankment to get to the lagoon at the moment.
Yeah.
Because the other one is out of action. As anyone who watches the Bold Explorer would probably remember, I was speaking about that on a video from the lagoon. But as we were coming back, we came back down and there was someone waiting to come up because obviously you can't all bundle up together, especially at the moment. Proximity, social distancing. But yeah, one of my previous midwives, the ones that come and like keep tabs on you after the birth, bumped into her, and when I knew her, when Joseph was teeny, she was pregnant, and of course now I've met the baby, little Max, absolutely gorgeous little thing. You telling us all about it?
Hello, Joe.
I wonder, can you play the theme music?
Can I
start music?
Yes.
Title music.
I wonder if yes, I can play the start music. Hang on, bear with me. I've got to find it.
You singing?
Hang on, I haven't got it yet.
Quite warm, aren't you, darling?
Where?
Does anyone recognise that this is a Hammond special? This jumper. I love this one. It's very intricate. Lots of.
Can you hear that? Can he hear? Put it on his head.
Can you hear the show?
Oh, why has it stopped? Oh, is it going? Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. Hang on.
Barely hear it.
What about now? Oh, you might not be able to hear it.
I can't hear you now.
Yeah. I don't know what I've done now. You asked me to do something. I've played with the faders. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? I've turned it off now, Julia. What have I done? Have I lost you? Where are you gone? Hello?
Oh, it's because I'm muted. Oh, it's all going,
It's all going wrong.
It's
Anyway, we better end the show. Yeah, he now teaches music. He can't perform. He doesn't perform now. He
That would
teaches
be her
music.
husband.
Oh, that's the husband, yeah. 65, getting better. Well, we better end the show. It's been very nice to have you guys on the thing. I'm just trying to reduce you back into your little oopsie-daisy. Hang on a minute.
Maybe next week we'll catch him dancing to the theme. Go, off you go. Thank you, darling. Sorry about that.
That's
Just for the record, everyone,
Yeah.
this lovely bubble machine, it was a kit, but Elijah made it entirely himself. He put it all together.
Oh, well done. How amazing
Yeah.
is that?
And it works really well.
Have you got any bubble mixture in there?
I think they need a little topping up. There we go. Thanks, Elijah, for loading me your bubble maker.
Wow. Wouldn't that be strange if they came into they'd have to come from over there. Into the studio, yeah. If only I had another.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the technical things, but it is as live as it is, and we will try and improve everything for next time. In the meantime, thank you to everybody who's contributed to our videos, to our art, to all the chatter, and I'm sorry we haven't managed to read everything out. To lovely Julia and family for putting up with me and all the technical things. And thank you to everybody else. But that's it for today. It's been great fun. It's 9:45. I do apologise for going over. We'll be back again. Well, I'll be back again on Wednesday. Maybe we can get you in a bit more frequently, seeing as we're remote. Julia, we just need to sort out all the technical side of things. But anyway, have a good evening, whatever you're doing for the rest of the evening. There'll be another video from the Vobes Board Explorer channel and reading, Listen with Vobes, etc. In the meantime, from us, take care and
Good night.
Goodbye.
Stay safe.